If you guys want the right answers to the most advanced questions in the universe, then turn to the wisdom of a child, okay? You're going to find it there. Most of us that are extremely learned, we like to hold ourselves in high esteem for how smart we are, how much we got it figured out. If you want to really survive, if you want advanced survival concepts, turn to the wisdom of a child. I learned that from a Green Beret. Kids are smarter than adults. They know exactly what they need for survival. Adults are stupid. Okay, so this is going to be a series of 12 questions specific to an advanced survival concepts course we're doing on Patreon. Okay, so there's context to this. I played a video for the class where I outlined some interesting mathematics and geometry and made a few questions available to them over the previous, few months regarding these things. However, all this stuff is absolutely 100% answered by the questions themselves. I'm going to ask 12 questions specific to advanced yet extremely basic survival concepts. You want to fortify your survival. You have to get very simple. But unfortunately, because the noise in our heads is so extreme, because we are completely saturated from every possible dimension with crap of the wrong frequency, how do you cancel that out? You have to basically cancel out those frequencies. How do you do that? Well, it's basic physics type stuff, right? Basic geometry. So I'm going to ask you a series of 12 questions. You guys participate. Now, those that are participating in the class and Patreon, I want you guys to respond specifically to these questions in the Patreon questions and answers section, okay? The rest of you feel free to post here where it's posted publicly. One of the reasons it is being posted publicly is to also demonstrate proof of concept on some other things, okay? So hopefully you have fun with this. Demonstrate your quality, YouTube. Demonstrate your quality. I know there's a lot of you that could probably get these right. Question number 1. What is the fabric of the universe? Question number 1. This is an advanced survival concept. What is the fabric of the universe? What does it consist of? I'm not talking even theologically. I am talking literally, chemically, mathematically, numerically, geometrically. What is the fabric of the universe? It is all those things, but what is it? I've read, engineering articles and quantum physics articles that were like hundreds and hundreds of pages long trying to answer that. And everyone is basically making some sound observations. They're making good, they can see some of it, but the direction they're pointed is the wrong direction. They cannot answer the question in simple terms. A child can answer this in simple, perfect terminology in like 2 or 3 words max. And they'll nail it. And it is 100% in line with modern physics. What is the fabric of the universe? Okay, 4 words or 3 words or 1. Okay, a kid can answer this like my 5-year-old kid would be able to answer this. Okay, what is the significance of Bach's Fugue in G minor? This is question number 2. So you guys might have noticed on the YouTube channel, I share videos here that you might wonder, oh, Rex appears to be he must be a Bach fan. He's posting classical music. You think I'm just posting stuff on here willy-nilly, man? Just willy-nilly. All of a sudden, I just really like Bach. I'm going to get this file and make a nice thing with Bach and then post that for no reason. And the comments and the description, it's probably Rex just being silly. We don't understand what he's doing there. No, there are specific reasons these things are posted. That was part of a lesson as well. What is the significance of Bach's Fugue in G minor? That's BW Victor 578, or also known as the Little Fugue. It's playing during the lesson we went over in the advanced class. But the answers here are going to, when you see all 12 questions, the answers are in the questions. I tell you what, if one of you gets all these right, I might invite you over to my house. I'm serious. Okay? Because that would be the kind of person who I would want to hang around. Okay? Question number 3. What album and track number is this recording found in? Okay, referring to the file that I posted. And this was posted publicly, man. Right in public view. And my comments pertaining to the post are also public. We can have an open conversation in plain sight of the world, and yet nobody sees. Why? Because the noise in our heads is too great. Because our focus is into the mirror rather than into the infinity. Interesting. Okay? So what album and track number is this recording found in? Because it is significant, okay? What band, this is question number 4, what band or orchestra performed this version of the song being played? And what's the significance of that? There is interesting significance. Why would the United States killing machine invest money into posting stuff like that? Same reason that anyone else who is trying to be well-rounded in their education in terms of advanced survival concepts would also do the same. Think they just picked it willy-nilly? Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't realize what the significance of what they're doing. Or is it the fabric of the universe playing out and that everything is connected perfectly with perfect symmetry? Is that what's going on? Okay, question number 5. What is the significance of the 13 sides? Question number 6. What is the significance of 844? Again, all publicly available information. If you just Google that, I don't know if it'll tell you the right answer. This should be able to get you to zero specifically in on exactly what I'm talking about. What is question number 7? What is the significance of one stone pertaining to these lessons? What is the one stone? What's the one stone? What is that? The one stone, what is it? Come on, guys. I mean, this is stuff that extremely simple, yet so difficult to zero in on for many of us. What is the number? This is question 8. What is the number of this one stone? Okay. It has a number. It absolutely does have a number. Question number 9. What 3 distinct physical compositions of this one stone are all present in this lesson? There are 3 distinct chemical makeups or 3 distinct physical representations of the one stone that are literally true, that are 100% physical things you can grab onto, like the fabric of the universe. Fabric of the universe. Question 10. What is the number of this one stone existing as a fabric? Again, everything, all the answers are in the questions themselves. 11. Now we're going to get to the point. Now for you guys who are in the class, I want you to think about this one especially hard and leave your most thoughtful commentary below after you give it good thought. 11. How can these concepts fortify your survival? And when I mean fortify, I mean impenetrable fortress. If you're going to choose a static fortress, oofta, not a good idea, as Patton said, right? Fixed fortifications are monuments to men's stupidity. Are we picking a fixed fortification, or is it a mobile fortification? Is it impenetrable and mobile? Is the height of the fortification so tall nobody can get up there? Like more fortified than Masada was when Rome had to go up there and build a giant, huge ramp and all these siege engines to try to get in. It took them years to do it, right? How can these concepts be the blueprint for you to fortify your survival? And then the final question, question number 12. What is the conclusion of the matter? See, this is what the children get and what men miss. Us smart guys miss it. Children get it. Little kids get it. If you guys want to participate, I don't think there's slots open in that classroom, that specific classroom, but you can check out what we're doing on Patreon. Leave your thoughtful comments below, man. What we're doing here is trying to find the frequencies to cancel out the noise in your head so that the actual matrix that you're looking through is crystal clear, as if it were the clear blue sky. So you're not obstructed by this opaque bullshit of our one stone that we've constructed for ourselves. You can't see through that. You're not going to have clairvoyance. If you want to see through it, but also have that force field of protection, then you need to be able to cancel out all the information and all the concepts and all the old operating systems that are jacking you up. And they have to be canceled out. And that right there that we just went over is the answer to canceling it out. Once that cancels out, you will have clairvoyance. You'll be able to see straight through it, just like the clear blue sky. And you'll be, oh, there it is right there. Got it. Delicious. Delicious and nutritious. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I plan on doing some shooting here pretty soon for you guys. Who here is antsy for the shooting videos? I know a lot of you guys just really want to see Rex hammering away. Right? I got 900 yards going that way. All I have to do is walk all the way out there and put up a beer can and smoke it if you guys want to see that. In the RX classroom, we're going over a lot of that stuff. That's a different classroom in Patreon as well. We're going over the details right now of logging your velocity variation, right? And how to set up your tools, your instruments, how to look at that. So we will be doing more of that again, guys. I am charged with the responsibility to make sure I got the right cats in every classroom. So if you're curious on what we got going on, if you wanted to do any of the Rex defense training type stuff, these classroom deals that I'm talking about right now are the prerequisites to the Rex defense classes now. Okay. We have restructured how we do things. They are the prerequisites. So if you ever want to do one of the Rex defense classes that we used to do during the last several years, you have to go through the prerequisites. I have to know who you are, man. I've been to enough classes with people and I was like, this is why even the most basic institutions have the most basic filters in place, right? And most of the people were awesome in the Rex defense classes, but it can be a little bit squirrely just from the, the wrong, if you attack it even from the slightly wrong angle, guys. Here's the thing I'm going to explain to you. There is a reason, a very, very important reason, and a lot of people don't get it, and the filters are functioning properly, by the way, in the classroom deals for the Rex Reviews training on Patreon, okay? The filters are in place. They are running off the exact right guys, okay? Those filters are 100% necessary for any true martial art. What is a martial art? A 5-year-old kid, or how old was I? I was in grade school when I started martial arts. I'm not going to tell you exactly which one. But they have all the stuff in the beginning that is just boring to the kid. The kid, I just want to learn the karate move. I want to learn the death move. I want to learn how to, do this. I don't want to do all that kata, where you got to, stand and, do the motions. And the kid has no idea the significance of importance that the kata is. You are learning more dynamic and complex motions and moves as you're doing that and memorizing those. It is actually literally rewiring your brain to be able to accomplish certain motions efficiently and have it on recall that quick. If you're too stupid to get that, guess what? That's why they have a belt ranking system in martial arts, so that the guy with the darker color belt or whatever can tell the little kid who's younger, hey man, I'm the guy that's going to explain this. You just do it anyways. And you don't progress in belts unless what? You memorize and recite and do all the proper stuff. Why is that? Did it ever occur to anyone? You know, my late friend James used to explain very well that, hey, this is all based on the foundation of your fighting mindset. Yeah. Mindset. You just want to swing swords, but you don't know why. You don't even know if you're a good guy or a bad guy or what. Mindset is everything. And if you do not demonstrate the quality of character to execute a fighting mindset, for what direction are you fighting? I don't want to train the enemy, man. And what do you think the enemy might be? Adolescence, immaturity, people without that clairvoyance. The people that, think about when the world crushes down. All the consequences of the weight of the world crushes down on us. And the fabric, that opaque, terrible, the opposite of the fabric of the universe, but that fabric of human bullshit civilization, what we would call in a metaphor Babylon, the last days, the confused likes of Babylon, when that structure of materialism finally crumbles because of financial, degradation, and there's nothing gluing people together anymore. What spine or backbone or foundation are people established on firmly to where they're not going to be your enemies within a few meals of not having their meal? Are they going to rob you? Are they going to steal everything out of your house? Are they going to rape your family? Are they going to do all numbers of horrific things? Are those people that were once your friends now going to become the number one insider threats? That is how it goes in the rest of the world. Because that's reality. Look at any country that has been in a high place and has fallen. The higher you are, the farther you fall, man. The United States has been on a high horse for a long time. Our society and civilization is absolutely adolescent at best, and it is going to crash. The potential energy of our fall is huge. And you're telling me you don't want to run people through basic filters and learn the disciplines and be filtered out or built up the foundation in order to be a force for the right side, for good, before you start handing them pointy objects? The reason the Second Amendment worked in colonial America was because our moral foundation was solid. We had a firm grasp on what the fabric of the universe was. We had a firm grasp of it. And because of that, as outlined in the letter about the shining city up on a hill, and the warning, which was quoting from Exodus, by the way, the warning pertaining to what would happen if we would fail to be the God-fearing nation we once were. If we cease to be the God-fearing nation we once were, which governs ourselves according to his laws, then this system, this constitutional republic, which is centered on liberty concepts, would be the most inhospitable, horrific place ever existing on the face of the earth to live in. And what would once act as our Second Amendment, which is our liberty teeth, would actually be used as our teeth to completely feast off each other. Think about that one. What do you think of that? They're finally planting the fields around here. Here comes some machinery. Late winter for planting. It was just snow a couple weeks ago. What do you guys think of that? I am telling you guys, the lack of maturity that exists in this country, even in the 2A community, unfortunately speaking, people just want to learn about the pointing. Just show me the karate move. It's like that jackass in your class, and that shouldn't be in karate gets filtered out by the sensei or the master. Like we had Master Brent in my class, and he would detect if there was a kid that was just a little snot. He would keep them frozen in time until he got the lesson right. The reason for formal martial arts having the Bushido, right? Like that's the warrior's code, right? Where they focus in on the foundation with over 50% of their energy. Actually, in a lot of those deals, it is assumed in formal martial arts, which are only passed down, really. Like if you look at some of the forms that you'll see, they're only passed down through families and through people and mentors by choice to people that are mature and existing in that moral foundation, in the fence of a specific set of values and beliefs. There are no standards in the United States of America anymore. We've done away with the standards, the basic minimum standards of what that foundation needs to be. You cannot just pass out swords to everybody without dire consequences anymore. And I am 100% pro Second Amendment. I'm just telling you that that is extremely dangerous in our day and age where people are so damn immature and absolutely no moral compass or foundation beyond the color of the feather in their hat that they exist in some frickin' social club. And don't tell me church is fitting that answer anymore. Show me a church with moral standards like existed in the colonial times. There might be a couple. I've enjoyed a couple over the years. Those men who led those groups have all died. They're gone. They're extinct. There's an exodus out of that now, by the way. Who would have thought the second great exodus would be, the first one was out of Egypt in the land of confusion on Pharaoh, and the second great exodus would be out of the fake counterfeit systems of Babylon's morality. Why is everyone leaving the church? Well, it's because it's the exodus. The second one. Remember that second great outpouring of the Spirit situation that would happen? Where people would finally wait a minute. We're not supposed to be here. We got serious stuff to do, okay? There is a reason we have the filters in place. I would be insane not to have them in place concerning the topic material we're going over. And there's guys who get extremely emotional when they get filtered out too, man. It's funny. Rant and cry and sigh. And they'll self-identify. I know I'm being emotional, Rex, but what do you mean I have to actually take notes and share my observations? And if I get the answers wrong, then I don't just get the keys for free. Why don't I deserve the keys for free, Rex? I didn't do any of the work. I didn't show any of this stuff. I'm cheating on my assignments. I didn't think you'd notice. Why am I not getting advanced through? Hey, man. Actual standards are in place 100%. And if you don't execute standards in your life, you are surrounding yourself with terrible people. And those terrible people, when they have no... See, there's a big difference between espousing a standard or putting on the jersey of a specific team. I identify as one of these people with moral standards, but not executing them, or it only matters. You will know them by their fruits. You'll know them by what they do, how they operate, what's their operating system. Are they prone to emotional decision-making? That is a freaking problem. That is a huge survival risk. You cannot do that in a survival situation. You have to operate in a real survival situation. You can't just be whim to your, emotional panics and desires or your biology that day. You can't do that. You have to have a constraining moral fabric. You have to be on a strong stone foundation. Weird, huh? Hope you guys have enough clues to get some of these answers right. So, consider these things when people, who will find true quality will have a series of gates and filters posted, right? Did you guys know that things of high quality are usually surrounded by gates with locks on them? Fort Knox, I heard, has some locks on the door. Those libraries under Rome or whatever all the top secret alien artifacts are, whatever, supposedly, right? Those probably are locked. That's why nobody's been in there, right? The artifact, whatever the hell, right? Area 51, right? All the cool stuff that's been hidden. There's locks on the doors. And there are dudes doing what? Standing guard. How come we don't go and cry about those? What do you think? I don't deserve to see a flying saucer? Rex, I deserve to see a flying saucer. Yeah, I just deserve, like, what makes you think you're qualified to handle this level of technology? My dad was a firefighter in America, and my mom went to church, and, excuse me, you need to go through the proper filters and gates. Like, you are not authorized access into this area for a number of reasons. Like where they store the nuclear weapons, right? You think that that's maybe locked up a little bit? It's possible. You guys let me know what you think. Rex out.